All right, what's up, boys? This is Johnny. So I get asked this question a lot. John, what's a good starter system for a pressure washer? Somebody just getting started out of the bed of their truck. You don't have a trailer, you don't have a big tank to backfill, and you just want to get started where you can hook up to a customer's house. This is how you do it. This is our starter setup here, boys. Although I've added a few bells and whistles to make it easier on me, I'm going to explain why. So, Simpson 4-gallon machine. Basically, it's your Honda GX 390 engine, works phenomenally. Pull start, of course. Gas can. This is a 4-gallon backpack sprayer. I like the backpack sprayers because they're easier to use, and if you keep them rinsed out, they don't clog up. That's a DeWalt 4-gallon. To mix up my pre-wash and post-wash, I use 1 gallon of sodium hypochlorite. It's 12%. They say 12.5, but it's 12. I know what it feels like. So 1 gallon in the 4-gallon machine, then 3 gallons of water in there makes a 3% sodium hypochlorite, which is a good pre-treat or post-treat for your concrete. Keep that off the grass. Wash a house with about half that mix. Okay, so that would be a ½ gallon, and then the rest would be water, and that would be a little house wash mix you could spray on and off, although it would be hard to reach high spaces with a 4-gallon sprayer. I've got a 5-gallon bucket back there with another gallon of bleach. There's a gallon of bleach in there, and there's 5-gallon bucket over there with 12% bleach in it. That means 3 gallons here to that 3 gallons, and then 15 gallons there, so we can make about 28 gallons of 3% sodium hypochlorite, which is more than enough to get me through a day or two if I had 2 or 3 driveway jobs washing. All of this out of one truck. I don't want to take this out, so I get this in here by myself with my ramps, but I don't want to bring my ramps with me. This is very heavy. I don't want to be lugging it around the entire place. So here's how we solve that problem. I got a 75-foot hose in there that hooks up to this 100-foot hose, Flexzilla hose here, and I've got 175 gallons of stretch that I can reach this to the truck to plug into the pressure washer. I've got 200 feet of this hose, which I love. This is the Fierce Jet hose. It's a gray non-marking that slides really easy. This one's brand new. It's never been used because we blew up the other one the other day on a job. That happens about once a year if you're washing a bunch of stuff. But this is everything you need, and I got 200 feet around my truck that I can reach. So if I'm parked on the front of the curb, I can still hit all the curb, hit the driveway, everything, usually with that 200 feet, no problem. All this is right out of the back of the bed of the truck. Very easy. I'm going to move the camera over here and I'll tell you about the costs. All right, so here's what we're looking at cost wise. Surface cleaner is about $400, $450 maybe. You might be able to find it somewhere. This is a BE Whirlaway 20-inch. It's phenomenal. Flexzilla hose about $100 for 100 feet, maybe $78 at Home Depot or Lowe's, depending on where you go. Walmart has it some too, I believe. It's $360 for these 200 feet sections of Fierce Jet hose right here. And that's shipped. It was $363 to get it in just the other day. This 4-gallon Simpson is, I think, 4,000 PSI, 4,200 PSI. It doesn't really matter. It's about the flow rate. But I think it was like 1,500, maybe 1,700 shipped out to us on a pallet, dropped off by Freightline. You may be able to find it cheaper somewhere in your store. BE surface cleaners, pressure washers are great. I love the Simpsons as far as a pull around. They do phenomenal. There's a couple other pull arounds that work really well, but BE, Simpson, I feel good about it. That blue pump is a cat pump. They make phenomenal pumps as long as you take care of them and don't run them without water ever running through them. That's a big thing with pressure washers. Like I said, gallon of SH in that 5-gallon bucket. 75-gallon hose, that's all SH, even though that's a 5-gallon surfactant soap bucket, it is SH. But 4-gallon pump up sprayer, I want to say was about, I think that thing was $100. I could be wrong, but you can look it up at Lowe's or Home Depot. Gas can back there, 15 bucks. The amount of SH I have on here, we pay about $3.99, I want to say, per gallon, and I've got 7 gallons of SH, so that's $28 roughly worth of sodium hypochlorite. That's going to make me 28 gallons of 3% mix. So I can get a lot of work done for that and make a lot of profit off that money. I got a wand in here, a turbo nozzle, and a ball valve so that I can open and close the ball valve. Very important. I'll show it to you, maybe. There it is. All right, so you can't just use any ball valve. This is a DN10. This is the one you want. Yes, no others. They make others. I don't care. DN10. Proven. I got several of them. Basically what it does is if you don't have that on there, you have to turn the pressure washer off before you swap between the surface cleaner and the wand. But if you have this on here, now I can turn the ball valve off and it'll stop the flow of water, and I can take off my wand and attach my surface cleaner without having to go back to the machine and turn the machine off. This is huge. This is a game changer. A lot of people that want to get started in pressure washing don't know this, but you can actually have this high pressure valve and turn that without having to kill your engine. You just turn it off, connect the next piece, turn it back, and you're back to work. Very, very cool. And you can halfway close it to use a high pressure blast to rinse off your driveway. So super duper handy, highly recommend. Ball valve, DN10. I want to say it was 70 bucks, 50 bucks. I don't know. It's been a long time. But yeah, cost wise, I mean, that's about what you're looking at, guys. Pressure washer, we talked about the backpack sprayer, surface cleaner. The wand is probably $100 in there. I got a really nice turbo nozzle that's huge. It's in the bottom of that. I'm not taking it out to show you what it looks like, but you know what it looks like. I want to say it's probably about 100 bucks. There's a J-rod in there, which is 3 different nozzle attachments that use less pressure that I would use on wood or you know, a lot of other substances like awnings and stuff that I don't want to put a full turbo nozzle or tip. The surface, you see on the top of the surface cleaner, all the tips that the surface cleaner, I mean that the pressure washer comes with, guys, I just throw all, we don't use those. I mean, I have them somewhere, but they're not in there. They're not on the truck. The turbo nozzle, pressure ball valve for some stuff, J-rod, and a turbo nozzle for a wand. That's it. None of that other stuff and all the this color's for this and this color's for this. No, 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 no. We'll get into that later. But anyways, I'm Johnny. This is an out of the truck bed, easy to use. Pull your hoses out and you're good to go and running. I'm going to put a few towels down there so it doesn't vibrate against the truck bed when it gets running. Otherwise, it'll be very loud. So that's a pro tip for you guys, because the little rubber things on the bottom of those that they come with, you're going to lose those within 6 months of washing if you're doing any serious amount of washing and moving. The tire's also gone flat on this thing. I've had it for about 4 years. We've bought it 4 years ago, 3 years ago when we started out doing a little pressure washing. So that's fine. We're probably not going to buy a new tire for it because we have a whole trailer system. And the only time I use this is like right now, my buddy is going on vacation and I'm working with another buddy of mine that does window cleaning stuff. So I'll be doing pressure washing. He'll be doing the window cleaning. We'll still be working, even though I'm technically down my other half of my team. So very, very cool. But this is the base setup. And we're not going to replace the tire over that. I'll just roll it in one time, roll it out of the truck at the end of the day after the money's made, and put it back in. And of course, orange strap. Add another 15, 20 bucks for a 3-pack from Walmart. That has strapped in all my bleach and chem, because you don't want that shit moving around and bleach and gas going everywhere. So everything is pinned in right there. None of that's moving. The pressure washer, I've got it through the holes and around the legs so that it's holding it tightly. Nothing's going anywhere. Surface cleaner's got the heavy hose on top of it. Yeah, I'm Johnny. This is it. Hope you guys are having a good one out there. If you want to get started making a little money for yourself on the weekend or during the week or after work or something, this is a killer base setup. That way you don't have to do as much moving. See you, boys.